Okay, this is a video showing Process Explorer. A quick overview of it, by what you can see on the screen here, is that Process Explorer looks quite a bit similar to Task Manager, except with a few key differences. Where in Task Manager, it will either sort by the CPU, which you can do here, but as you can see, this shows the total percent of the CPU being used. You can also sort by the process. I guess we'll start with the most important thing that you can see here is the different colors. And just bring up my notes quick on the colors. Here they are. Okay, these blue are usually indicating processes that are either running or currently selected, like this dark blue. Usually this extremely light blue here means that there's multiple processes underneath it currently running, as you can see with my Google Chrome and processor and my Word all are running. Light pink usually means that they're a critical service running for the system. And then red, if I open up my Word document, and I'll just move this to the other screen. And as you can see, the Word document line here is light blue, meaning it's currently running, or blue, meaning it's currently running. As soon as I hit close, it should turn red. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what I did wrong there. I paused it. Something different from Task Manager is that if you press the space bar while on this screen, you can pause and create a snapshot of your image that you're currently working on. And you can go around and look at, like here, you can see a graph of the total CPU, which green is the total and red is the kernel. You can also see down here, total threads being run, and total processes, your CPU, and kind of your information about your CPU. With this, it's a 4-core, has 8 logical threads. If you click this box here, you can see it broken out by all the different threads and see which core is being used. You can click memory and see all your memory information. I think, yeah, right here is the total memory in kilobytes. You can even get information about your paging system, how much the kernel's using. Here you have your I/O information. Then you have your GPU information. It's basically the same as a task manager, just that here in the CPU, as you scroll over, you can see the spikes, what's using it. So right here at this massive spike, you can see I did something over my Chrome tab that caused it to take up quite a bit of CPU power. And then summary just gives you a line graph of everything. If you hit the space bar again, it restores everything and starts going. And then let's talk about these little tabs here, which are quite a bit the fun of this. If you hit this, it'll refresh all of this. Here is the summary, so what I was in here. Then you have show the lower panel. So if you click on an item, it'll give you information about it down here, such as event, file, pretty much anything that's connected to that program. Keep that hidden most time. You can also view your DLL for a selected process. You can actually pick a process and get the properties of each of them. So that'll show you the path to where it's located, version, build time, what the command line of it is to if it's a executable or not, its current directory. And even down here, you can see when or how long that process has been running. And for this one, it shows it's been running since yesterday. You can also go into performance and see what that one program is using for hardware components. Same here with GPU and all that. You also can see the different threads and threads used by it. With this one, you can also see the TCP/IP. You can see the different security information that's displayed about it, environmental information. So basically, location of where that is on the computer. But I think also interesting part with the image is you can see the parent of the process and who's using that process. So expand this, you can go down to this one. If you double click on it, it'll do the same thing, but because I went down to this one, it says its parent is this Google Chrome, but when I was on this one, it says it's the Explorer executable. Now, the colors, if I haven't mentioned it, they have the pink for service, blue for running, but let me open up Notepad. Light green, or that green, indicates that it just started. And if I close Notepad, bright red means that it just ended. So that gets us properties and all that. Here's a fun one. Kill process. So if you have a process running, like, let's open back up Notepad. If I tell it to end that process, it'll kill off Notepad and then terminates it. Where opened up Notepad again on the side. Next to that X are these binoculars, which is your basically search function. You can either search in a handle or a name or a DLL string, or substring, I should say. I did Notepad, and it basically shows you all of the matches it can find to the word Notepad. So it sees it's under the Explorer, and then it shows you all the different information there. And it actually shows you the executable being run. It gives you the PID for it and what type it's being run. And for Notepad, there's only 11, but if you go Chrome, spelled that, Chrome, you can see Chrome uses a lot of different file locations. This should be well over 1,000. Oh, yeah, it's still going. Yeah, 1,000 different matches found on the system. As you can see here, there's DLL with my graphics card, user information. There's basic threads. So you can dive deep into this and see a lot of this information. And then next to that is this little plus. Bring this back over. You click and drag, you can have this go to a program, and then it'll highlight that program that's maybe misbehaving. So if you know you have a program that isn't working right, but you can't find it here, you can just take this and drag it, drop it, and it'll highlight it here so you can see where it's at. And now that covers most of these except for this last one here. That last one is save. So clicking that will save it to your computer. I think it did, yep. It just saves it as a plain Notepad text of whatever's on that current screen. So if I were to pause this, come on, okay, there. Pause it, and you can save the information you see on screen. And then you can open it up and review everything that's being shown on the screen at that moment. Also, you can go up here and you can even see different things. Oh, what was it? Oh, now I lost it. Brain. Ah, there it is. Update speed. So you can change. So currently I have it paused, reactivate it, view, update speed, and I have it at 1 second. You can set it every 10 seconds, this screen will update. And then process, like you have process, kill tree, restart. Quite a bit of information you can gather. It's far more robust than Task Manager. And you can just download it straight from Microsoft's document page, and it will allow you to basically use it as a version of Task Manager that you can just load onto a jump drive and maybe execute from the jump drive onto a misbehaving system. And that's Process Explorer. So this is one of those things where it's you just have to go in there and play around with it. Like I was last night playing around with it, watching these CPU graphs go crazy when I was using a video editing software. Or like today, I was playing around seeing what different colors I could get to pop up or what windows I could close out. Like killing off my notepad. Don't need that open anymore. But it's basically an environment where you have to just go around, click around, see what they are. Like these are all services that most users shouldn't go in and be messing around with. I mean, some might be an issue, but you always have to be double checking because like it says right here, it's services. So you have to be careful what you click and what you terminate. But that's Process Explorer.